As human beings, haven't we all pondered the big questions of life? Where do we go after we die? Is there other intelligent life in the universe? And which Disney movie relationship is the best? Well, have I got some answers for you? That is, pertaining to the best Disney relationships. Disney movies are filled with dreamy love stories and incredible kinships. Be it romantic, platonic, or something equally harmonic, I will be listing the absolute cream of the crop companionships. And, as with all my videos, you can be rest assured that each entry will be objective, truthful, and impossible to disagree with. Without further ado, this is the top 10 list of the absolute greatest relationships in the entire Disney library ever. Here we go. Number 10, Old Love, Aristocats. We begin our foray into consociation with a scandalous romance. Two diverse individuals navigating the propers of 1920s society, secretly desiring to fondle each other. I am, of course, referring to Madame Adelaide Bonfamille and George Hotcourt. Hautcourt.
Georges Hotcourt.
Georges Hotcourt.
Hautcourt.
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 Georges Hotcourt. Georges Hotcourt.
As an elderly woman courting her lawyer, Adelaide certainly would have created exciting conversation for the ladies at tea. How often would Adelaide and George have met to discuss legal matters? And how regularly would she ask for his help with benefactors or assets? These old friends have more chemistry than hydrogen fluoride.
Chemistry?
Yeah, chemistry.
I hope I'll be as lively and rambunctious when I'm 97. They're 97, right? Number 9, the best bought around, Flight of the Navigator. In this cinematic adventure, we witness every parent's nightmare. A young boy goes missing and is pronounced dead, but shockingly reappears 8 years later, unscathed, unaged, and unmemoryified. Fortunately, young David is not alone after returning from his near decade-long absence. An alien robot, the Trimaxian drone ship, or MAX for short, remains David's constant companion. The relationship between David and Max is so good because it combines all of the relationships from David's life before he was thrown into the future. Like David's parents, Max offers protection from the chaos of this unfamiliar life.
Would you like me to adjust the temperature?
No.
Like David's brother, Max jokes to lighten the otherwise grim situation.
Okay, turkey, you fly it.
And like David's loyal dog, Max offers unconditional loyalty in even the craziest moments.
Can I have a little privacy?
Do not know privacy.
With the best parts of his loved ones combined in one entity, it's no wonder why David chooses Max above all else. I never knew someone like you could give me love and life anew. Number 8, a rocky relationship, Treasure Planet. In this rousing space opera, loosely based on the Martian Chronicles by Ray Bradbury, we witness a few love interests, the finest being Captain Cat Lady Amelia and Mr. The Rock Arrow, or Amaro for short. The plot may push for the Amelia and Doppler hookup, but come on! There's no heart! Where's the desire? Where's the chemistry?
Chemistry?
Yeah, chemistry.
Now, look at the vibes these two are giving off. Arrow is much better for Amelia than Dumpy Doppler, and that's supported by an empirical study conducted in 2017 that analyzes the impact of sexual attraction in a relationship. The research concludes that stronger sexual attraction leads to a better overall well-being, and as emotional and physical health increase, the sexual attraction increases, leading to a beautiful cycle of sexually driven relational enhancement. Also, the Disney Wiki states that Arrow was Amelia's first mate. So for me, I'm forever on Team Amaro. Number 7, Love's Best Friend, Up. This movie has it all. Balloons, waterfalls, mailboxes, backpacks, construction. It also has one of the most memorable and heartwarming relationships in cinema. I am, of course, talking about Charles Muntz and his dogs. By my count, Muntz has 48 puppers, and he created special speech collars that allow canine to Homo sapien translation for every one of them. Think of the time it took to design and build all of those. Not to mention the food, bedding, and medical costs that come with the sheer amount of canines. Also, Muntz must have spent a huge amount of time training each dog. If love is measured by the amount of time spent together, then Muntz's love is enormous. He and his dog spent 70 years together on a Zeppelin. That's over 36 million minutes. $36,790,000 minutes. 36,790 moments of love. 36,790,000 minutes. How do you measure the love for a dog? In dog treats, in collars, in training. Number 6, Canine Attraction, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love My Life. 101 Dalmatians 2. That's right, I'm talking about dogs again. And I'm going to cut right to the chase with this one, because there's a lot of math to get through. The 6th best Disney relationship is Roger and Anita Radcliffe. By the end of the first movie, the two lovebirds have inherited 101 dogs. Now, the biggest causes of strife in a marriage stem from money, sex, and children. Assuming there is no bestiality going on, Roger and Anita are checking off at least 2 of the biggest reasons for divorce. First, let's talk about children. Adjusting for average life expectancy, and assuming equal correlation with difficulty in child rearing, 101 Dalmatians is equivalent to having 15 and a half kids. That's too many. And the second thing, the financial strain, is even worse. For ease of analysis, I will be using monetary values associated with the 21st century, so adjustments for inflation may vary. By the end of 101 Dalmatians 2, Roger had produced 2 hit songs featured on the radio. While it's impossible to know exactly how much money the Radcliffes made from these hits, we can take a pretty good guess based on other hit songs. Black Eyed Peas' Boom Boom Pow, for instance, has made nearly $900,000 since its release in 2008. Based on the lack of music streaming services, and less ways of listening to music in general in 1958, let's set the total earnings from the life of Roger's songs at $2 million, which seems pretty generous. Heck, let's throw in another million in case he writes another hit. We'll take away a chunk of that for their Dalmatian plantation purchase, and disperse the remainder across the life of Roger and Anita to give us a base for their yearly income. Assuming Anita also brings an income as a fashion designer, and they pay their maid/cook/dog watcher relatively well, we are left with a yearly income of just over $50,000. Now we get to the dog expenses. The Radcliffes likely make do without many normal pet expenses like beds, grooming, and training, and can get off with about $500 per year per dog. Multiply that by 101 dogs, for now, because there will be new puppies eventually, and that yearly income for groceries, utilities, doctor visits, repairs, and everything else not only disappears, but goes so far in the opposite direction that it would make a college student blush. And that doesn't even include the possibility of human children in the future. As I said before, major debt accrual and extreme parental responsibilities can completely destroy a relationship. But the Radcliffes look happy. They seem to be enjoying their tail-wagging, drool-covered polka dot life. They must be doing something right. Or they are completely mad, which is a strong possibility. Number 5, Like Father, Like Son, A Kid in King Arthur's Court. Did you know this movie has Kate Winslet and Daniel Craig in it? Anyway, much like the other entries in this list, there are a few different couples, and one of them stands high above the rest. We are initially presented with Calvin and Katie, which is a perfectly acceptable pair. However, Everything seems to meld into place when Calvin and King Arthur go on their rescue mission together. Arthur succeeds in being a strong father figure and gives sound advice on how to be a hero. And Calvin helps the king deal with grief and feelings of inadequacy. To better highlight their relationship, let me go over a few scenes from the movie. Calvin and Arthur journey across the country, overcoming dangerous obstacles and fearsome foes, led by a shared duty of goodness. And even though they are from completely different worlds, they are bound by an eternal friendship. Even after Calvin is returned to his own time, that destiny-created bond could not be broken. I'm sure Camelot will be fine without them. Number 4, A Journey of Love, Mulan 2. Mulan 2 has lots of great couples, and we're going to talk about which one is best, and I'm going to give reasons for it, and blah, blah, blah. I've done this a few times already, so let's spice things up. Hello, and welcome to Journey of Love, a game show where we find out whose love is worth fighting for. Let's meet tonight's contestants. As they travel across China, each couple's love will be tested and challenged. Let's check in on our first couple, Mulan and Shang. It appears that they are getting in a silly argument before the first challenge has even begun. Our judge for tonight is Khan, the Fa family horse. Khan, what do you think? Ooh, and Mulan and Shang have received an early elimination. Hopefully the others can fare better than that. Let's see how Sue and Shan Po are doing. These two have been tasked to choose an item that best describes their long-term relationship. Ginger and dumplings. Tying attraction to food can lead to negative compulsiveness towards both. But let's see what our judge has to say. And another elimination. Only 2 pairings left, and it seems like Ting Ting and Ling have started another challenge. Looks like bandits have attacked the caravan and Shang fell off a cliff. Those situations can be very emotionally taxing. Let's see how Ling comforts Ting Ting. Oh no! Nose chopsticks! Khan? With that lack of emotional intelligence, their relationship wasn't going to last long. And with only one couple left, let's see how Mei and Yao handle the final challenge. Their first real date! And the judgment is... it's love! Mei and Yao have gone the distance and proven to each other and national television that their love is never going away. Thanks to our audience for joining us, and we'll see you next time on... Journey of Love! Number 3, OMG I Heart Lizzie&Gordo, the Lizzie McGuire movie. I have been dying to talk about Lizzie&Gordo since I started this channel. From the very first episode, you can tell how much they care about each other. And you just know that this will evolve into something special. In the episode Gordo and the Girl, Lizzie begins to suspect her feelings may be more romantic than she thought. And a few episodes later, in the untitled Stan Jansen project, it's revealed that Gordo had a crush on her in the 4th grade. There's also heavy foreshadowing for their future, starting with Gordo's shock when witnessing Lizzie and Ronnie, then the starry-eyed moment at the end of the murder mystery party, and finally the cheek kiss during the series finale. And then comes the Lizzie McGuire movie, where all of the love in the air is ready to burst. Lizzie and Gordo have an obvious romantic connection during the flight to Rome. But of course a few hurdles get thrown in their way. Paolo keeps taking Lizzie away, and Gordo has to keep covering for her over and over again, which eventually gets him in big trouble. After Gordo is sent home, Lizzie finally realizes what is most important. It took her long enough. She chooses Gordo over Hottie Italiano, and Lizzie knows she made the right decision. On the rooftops of Rome, under the setting sun, the two share their first kiss. It's so romantic! This is what dreams are made of. Number 2, Star-Crossed Buccaneers, Peter Pan. What can I even say about the greatest pirate relationship of all time? This dazzling codependency defines desirable devotedness. Without further ado, please join me in celebrating the elegant Captain James Bartholomew Hook and Mr. Smee.
Dolce sognar e lasciarsi cullar nell'incanto della notte. Le stelle d'or con il loro splendor sono gli occhi della notte. Sei vicino al tuo amore e a te ti stringerà la notte con la sua magia. Quanti cuori unir saprà.
To everyone watching this video today, I hope you are loved, and I hope you have people in your life that will always stand by you. As Kermit the Frog once said, maybe you don't need the whole world to love you. Maybe you just need one person. Number 1, Winnie the Pooh and Christopher Robin, Pooh's Grand Adventure. There's not much to say. This is the best Disney relationship. This is love.
Chemistry.
I think I got a notion of motion. I got a notion the coasting is gonna put me down motion. I need more than devotion. Holly with more than a groschen. Cause where that hits my emotion, it's like the ship is exploding. And you're the captain, I told him I got him in.